Wagwan and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all blessed and well. Welcome to the preview. Newcastle versus Arsenal, Saturday 12:13 midday lunchtime kickoff. The one that most teams do not like on a Saturday. I don't like it. It's early, it's going to be testy. We're going away to St. James. This is going to be tough. They just come off a loss against Chelsea last weekend. They did beat them in the Carabao Cup, but it's the Premier League. Bread and butter. They're gonna wanna win. They're gonna wanna win. Trust me. And the fact that they can see us, the injuries they have injuries too. They do have injuries too, but they're going to want to get at us, and we know what it's like at St. James's Park. We know what happened there last season. So don't worry, we're going to get into it. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let's get into this preview because it's going to be a very tough game for the Arsenal. So first, let's start with the injury situations for both teams. Let's start with Newcastle being the home team. Now, they've had a couple of players out for a while, and some of those players aren't even back until the next year. These players go by the names of Jamal Lascelles. Won't be back until 2025 at least. That's February 2025 at least. Knee injury. Sven Botman, same again, won't be back until 2025 at least. Another knee injury. These are big players. Someone like Callum Wilson, lower back injury, he won't be back until November, late November at the latest. There's Kieran Trippier as well. He's falling down in the pecking order a little bit, but another good player that he can be a good player on his day. He won't be back until November as well. There is one player that might actually be back for Saturday's game, and that is Anthony Gordon. He is facing a late fitness test as of either today or tomorrow to find out whether he can be fit to play, and that is a problem. That will him. Is he left or right? Either way, he will be a handful. He will cause problems to either of our fullbacks that start on that day, whether it's Partey or a half-fit Timber. And that's why I say problems, because Partey is not a natural fullback, and a half-fit Timber can still do a job, but he may not be able to do the whole job for the whole 90 minutes, which will be the problem. On Newcastle have many players that can kill us. You have players like Harvey Barnes, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Isak. Still got Willock who can, you know what I mean? Newcastle still have players to win this game, absolutely. So even though they have a lot of injuries, they'll still be more than willing or more than looking to win this game, and that's what Arsenal need to be prepared for. So let's look on Arsenal's injury list real quick and see what we're dealing with at the moment. Ricardo Calafiori, Mikel has said he's not going to be available for a couple of weeks now at least, which is a shame. We saw how he fell down, the way his knee buckled under itself. We're lucky it's not a season-ending injury. We're lucky it's only a couple of weeks, but it's a big miss. Ricardo Calafiori's out. We already know Tierney's situation. It's been tough for him. He's been injured since the Euros. Since June, July, he's been injured, fighting his hamstring. It's tough. It's tough for Tierney because he's loved at Arsenal. I love him as a player. No nonsense, old school, socks up, shirt tucked in, all of that business. That goal against West Brom still lives rent-free in my head, where he just cut in and pull it in the top corner with his right foot. Tierney can be that player. He's a solid left back, and hopefully he can actually be back soon and get some football in for the Arsenal. Why not? Hopefully in November he can. But that's Tierney as well. Then Odegaard, of course, we know our captain has been out since the last international break. Hopefully he can make a return soon in November, very soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And there's Gabriel went down against Liverpool on Sunday, and we don't know what his situation is at the moment. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. We don't believe he's going to be fit for this weekend either, which will be annoying to say the least, because, you know, Big Gabby, our top scoring defender at the moment as well. That boy loves a goal. He's a beast, absolute beast. So he'll be a big miss if he's not there on Saturday. So who will come in? Who will come in for Gabriel if he's not there? There are players that can fill in terms of bodies, but can they actually do the job? That is the question. Even though he was out for a suspension, and it would have been brilliant if he was there against Liverpool, so glad we have Saliba for this game. So glad he's not. It wasn't like a 3-match ban or anything like that, because we would be in problems if it was like a 3-match ban. So that's us right now. So how are we actually going to approach this game? To be honest, I think it's very simple. Stop Newcastle from playing their football. The crowd is going to be up. So very simply, the way you silence that St. James Park crowd is giving Newcastle nothing from the first minute. If you want to let them have the ball, let them have a ball, but you can't let them down near our area or anything like that. Players have to step up and be strong. That the defensive line is going to be key. The midfield battle is going to be key. And our strikers, finish your dinner. Finish your dinner, because if you don't finish your dinner on Saturday afternoon, Newcastle, they probably will, and they will punish us if we don't. Now, regardless of who we line up, I expect to win the game regardless. I do expect to win the game regardless. But we have to be focused. I have a feeling Kivior's going to be playing. I do have a feeling Kivior is going to play in this game. So, you have to be focused. You have to be reliable. This isn't Preston now. It's back in the big leagues now. Absolutely back in the big leagues. And if you are not focused, Isak will get you. It was probably Saliba whose job will be to follow Isak wherever he goes and everything else. But even as a clean-up crew behind Saliba, you need to be solid. Kivior, need that. If Timber's not fit to start, on the left-hand side, Zinchenko will come in. Zinchenko, you need to be ready. Preston was fine. You can control the ball against Preston. You can control the midfield against Preston. You can have all the time on the ball against Preston. You will not get that time on the ball against Newcastle. It needs to be quick, sharp, with conviction, with absolute conviction. In the midfield, Marino, you're going to have to be on it. You had a couple chances on Sunday where you could have finished your dinner. You did score, so I'll be fair, but Marino, when you get your chances, finish your dinner. I don't need to talk about Saka. Saka. You understand? Saka is Saka at the end of the day. So we need to be strong, like we've been. Our away form. See, I'm not worried. I'm worried about this game, but I'm not worried, because when I think about our away form in the last year, bar Bournemouth, we've been practically perfect. So we just need to go there and win. This was one of the away games we actually didn't win last year. This was one of them we didn't win, and it was controversial. Do you know what I mean? Did the ball go out? Was Havertz, how many fouls happened in that box before the actual ball went in when Newcastle scored? But anyway, even a handball as well. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into it, because if I start talking about refs, this will become a TED talk. So, apply the pressure to Newcastle. Don't get caught cold. I know it's early, but you have to hold that. I know it's early. Do not get caught cold. Be strong. Saka, turn up and do your thing. Havertz, be clinical. Martinelli, you have to be clinical. You've got all the energy to run there and back, from defense to attack, but you got all of that. But be clinical. Pick a corner. Rice, Declan, sweep it all up. Like you sweep up your kitchen. You sweep it all up, pull it in the bin one time. That's all we need to do. We need to go to St. James's Park, collect the 3 points, and come home. That's all. Collect the 3 points, come home, move to Inter Milan. That's it. That's literally it. We have to win this game, because if we don't win this game, if we draw this game, pressure on Inter. It's not even necessary pressure for the Inter Milan game. It's pressure for the Chelsea game next week. We should have won the Liverpool game. We didn't. We now need to win these next 2 games in the Premier League. Fact. Starting with Newcastle at 12:30 on Saturday. I've just tried to predict this 11 in my head, and I'll be amazed if I get it spot on, because I have no idea what he's going to set up with. I have what I want. I'm gonna give you the 11 that I want, and then I'll go to give you the 11 that he may pick. So this is the 11 I want. Simple at the block. Rare in goal. I want to see a back 4 of Partey, Saliba, Kivior, and Timber on the right, on the left back, at Timber at left back. That's what I want to see. So back 5, Raya, Partey, Saliba, Kivior, Timber. That's the back 5. In midfield, I want to see Rice in the 6, Marino in the 8, Nwaneri in the 10. And then I want to see Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Havertz up front. That's the team I want to see. The only reason why I don't think we're going to get the team that I want to see, pardon me, is because he doesn't trust Nwaneri in the 10 in the Premier League yet. And I get it because Newcastle are going to be a very physical team. Can he handle the physicality of the Premier League? I don't know yet. And I don't think so because he hasn't played enough games in there. But when is he going to get that chance to see if I can actually do this? He has come on and had some minutes. He came on against Liverpool. Skelly's had some minutes, came on against City, came on against Tottenham. Like, these youngsters have had minutes, but when are they going to start is my question. And I don't think Nwaneri is there yet, ready for a start in Mikel's eyes anyway. I don't think he's there yet. So what I actually think he's going to go with, because I want to start Timber, and I'm hoping he only just came off because of the fact that he was only tired. That's the only reason why I think he came off. So this is what I think Mikel's actually going to go with. Raya in goal, Partey at right back, Saliba, Kivior, Zinchenko as a back five. That's what I believe he's going to go with. And then I'm going to go with Rice in the 6, Marino in the 8, Trossard in the 10, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Havertz up front. Since Trossard has been in the 10, since Odegaard has been missing, he hasn't pulled up no trees. He hasn't been great. He's been average at best. Has propped up with some goals, couple goals here and there, but he hasn't been amazing. Trossard is not a number 10. If he was a number 10, he's not great at it. He's definitely not great at it. And this guy's had opportunities to start. He's been begging for starts, or his attitude seems like he's been wanting to start games. And even when he's been starting, he ain't pulled up no trees. But because of his experience in the Premier League, he starts ahead of Nwaneri in Arteta's eyes. So that's what I feel like he's gonna go with. And regardless of whoever steps up on Saturday, I expect you to win the game. We must. If you want to win the Premier League, you have to beat Newcastle at St James's Park at 12:30. On that note, just like that, that is the preview for Newcastle done. Big game coming up at the weekend, and Premier League games are coming. Football's coming thick and fast. Well, you know, there is an international break coming up soon in the next couple weeks. So before that next international break, we need to get wins on the board. We have to get wins back on the board, starting with Newcastle, and then we can look ahead to Inter Milan next week in the Champions League. My score prediction: we're going to concede, but we're going to win the game. Even this game could be a 3-2. This game could easily be a 3-2 to Arsenal. It could easily be a 3-1. I'm not going to say 3-0 because we don't have our solid defensive pairing. So I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1 to the Arsenal away from home. Let me know your predictions in the comments below as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. I've been Dini. Peace out.